Let's get ready, say go. This was on, this was on, this was on, this was on. Let's go, this was on, this was on, this was on, this was on. Rainbows in the sky, let's fly away like a bird. You're free to see the boundless face of the earth. Let the wind blow you like a knife and glide away. Far beyond the clouds, you'll find another place. If the road ahead seems so cold and gray, turns today, don't you be afraid, go and fly away. Chala, hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, don't be afraid, you got the power to get through the darkest nights. Chala! Zooming round and round in the sky like a coaster. Hold on tight, or you may find yourself trapped in a maze. When that happens, you may think you will never find your way. As the past you may take seem all the same. If the road ahead should lead you so cold and gray, when night never turns to day, don't you be afraid, go and fly away. Chala, hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, be cool, don't be afraid, you got the power to get you through the darkest night. Hey chala, no time to hesitate, go on and search the earth, within it is a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala, be cool, don't be afraid, you got the power to get you through the darkest nights. Chala.
ELW proudly presents KliqBait Wrestling. What is going on, people? This be your boy Smith, as always, joined by my North American thick boy tag team partner, Matt222. What's going on, bro? Yeah, hot off the heels of Clash of the Castle. Monday Night Raw starting off right now, giving you a bit of a highlight of everything that transpired. We'll definitely be going over that tonight and much more. This is an all new, all different KliqBait Wrestling here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're under new management here, so they gave us some new artwork, and it's like, hey man, go ahead, have some fun with that. We're now approved by the YouTube authority, so you know this show is legit because it is approved. Just so you know. Still that low price of $1 though, because we care. Hold on, Matt. I don't think they heard you. You've been talking. I don't think they can hear you. Talk now.
Better not drop the ball with Wyatt Six, man. Like for real though, because they've been teasing this group for weeks and weeks and weeks. They've been building up anticipation, getting us like ready, getting us like halfway there and all that. You know, they better not be like oh, we gonna get just like some kind of like vignette, or we just gonna get some kind of like backstage. Like they need to be like in the ring like full force. Like stop teasing us. Like we need to get I want to see this group in all its glory. Like none of this fucking hokey shit.
None of that hokey shit. I agree with you.
I don't know.
Is he
You
no
know, it's
longer
just
feuding
like
Seth Rollins? Did they change his name again?
I'm kind of more like disturbed by his short hair. I find his short hair very jarring.
Hold on a second. Sorry, I was messing with the audio here, but I had to fix your audio, Matt. But you're good now. You're good now.
Like the short hair is like really throwing me off.
No, but then I could have sworn I just seen they changed it to Seth Grand Slam Rollins. Did I see that correctly? Because I kind of saw that at the side of my peripheral view, so I can't know specifically, but that's what it looked like.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's all about.
Well, big ups also to everybody here in the chat joining us here tonight. Appreciate y'all coming out. And we are on the road to Money in the Bank, it looks like, as well, Matt.
Yeah, it's getting close to that time. Getting two superstars, boy and a girl superstar. They're gonna get that. They're gonna get that briefcase. Not tonight, but at the pay per view.
So let's see what we got. This is the first we're seeing Rollins since WrestleMania, right? What's going on, Marin? hey. All right. Well, Rollins is talking. Let's talk about Clash at the Castle this past Saturday. Well, actually, before we even get into that, TNA had their pay per view against all odds on Friday. Did you manage to catch the whole show, right, Matt?
I did. I
What did
watched
you
the whole
think? I
show.
mean,
It ended up being pretty good. Like I thought the Rascals versus Santana. and Steve Macklin. Like I thought that was a pretty good
I
match.
think Seven and Mustafa was decent.
Yeah, that was good. Except they played they played that clip. Like they played that clip before the match, and like the audio was so fucked up. Like the crowd was chanting like what did he say, or like we can't hear you or something.
Yeah, he's like, what did he say? What did he say?
But yeah, like the match itself, like I thought the match was good. Uh
Now, I think the best thing they could have done, but they kind of fell flat on that. And I don't know whether to kind of blame WWE a little bit for this, is the Knockouts Open Challenge where Jordan Grace was going to defend the Knockouts Championship. And it was somebody from NXT, but it was Tatum Paxley. Like,
yeah, that was so
she's barely
weak.
anybody on NXT. And you bring her to
Like
TNA.
was Lola Vice busy that day or something?
Well, I mean, I get why they picked Tatum because she was always going to take the L. But it's like you could have brought some. I like we talked about this last week. I still feel it should have been Roxanne Perez to come out and challenge, and then take the L,
Like
just to kind of
there's a
even it
lot
up
of
between the two
people.
women.
There's a lot of people that it could have been. Like there's a lot of people that would have been better than Tatum Paxley. The problem too is like they had already teased that Tatum Paxley wanted the Knockouts title. It almost would have been better if that was like a red herring. So you're kind of expecting Tatum a little bit, but you're like, oh, she's kind of so low on the totem pole that it's not going to be her. And then it's like somebody like a Lola Vice or like a Sol Ruka or like something like that, you know? Like it almost like the Tatum Paxley thing would have been a red herring, but then it wasn't. It ended up being like just her. And I think it was kind of weak. Like I think if you're gonna hype, I think if you're gonna do an open challenge and you're gonna entice people with the thought of a surprise, you gotta deliver. And I don't think they did. I don't think Tatum Paxley really
I
delivered.
mean,
Like not
commentary
that
tried to
she
do their
put
best to like put her over, but it's like, come on, bro. I watch NXT. She's barely on that
yeah.
show.
That's the thing, right? It's not like she stunk up the joint. Like it's not like she had a bad match. If you want to talk, like we'll talk about someone stinking up the joint when we get to Jay Cargill, but it's not like it's not like she put on an exceptionally bad match. I think it was just that it was weak because her positioning in NXT is so low that it was almost like laughable. Like even like a Fallon Henley would have been like better, you know, like anybody like Thea Hale would have been good, like Sol Ruka would have been good. Like there's so many other people that they could have went with that would have been like more exciting. And you could tell because even when like even when she came out, like people had no idea who she was because she's just that's how irrelevant she is, you know?
Yeah, it had so many people to choose from, and they chose
Yeah, like
the still
there's so
developmental
many
star.
people.
You could have pulled out Sol
Like they could have
Ruka. It would have been better.
Sol Ruka, Thea Hale, Lash Legend, fucking like I said, like Fallon Henley. You could have got like a Lola Vice. Like there's a lot of people they could have went with that would have been better than Tatum Paxley. I mean they're I I'm gonna be this person. I'm gonna straight up be this person. There is a there is a little something to be said that you know, like everybody that was kind of everybody that is salty about when Kenny Omega came in and beat Rich Swann for the title, and everybody was like, "Oh, like TNA, AEW did nothing to help TNA. AEW didn't do anything to help TNA." There is a little something to be said that TNA sent you their women's champion to get beat on your pay per view, and the best you could do to return the favor was Tatum Paxley. I do think there is a little something to be said there. I think WWE maybe did TNA a little dirty too.
I mean, Jordan got her win over her. It didn't even seem like that much of a contest, but either way, she got the
No,
win.
that's what I mean. It was almost like WWE didn't want to do them that much of a favor. They're like, well, we're not gonna send you someone that's on the B or C list. You're gonna get a D lister, and it you know TNA sent them their champion. So I do think there is a little something to be said there. Like again, like anybody thinking that WWE is trying to help TNA, anybody that's thinking that they're trying to help TNA, they sort of proved that that could not be further from the truth because they weren't trying to send one of their not even like a top name. They weren't even trying to send like a B or C lister. Like they sent you like a G list.
So I guess Damien's not relinquishing the belt. I guess he's not out. He's still in.
Well, supposedly we're gonna get an update tomorrow. So maybe it's a thing like they're just hoping for the best and hoping he won't have to miss any time. He looks okay. Like he doesn't look like he's like limping or anything. So maybe it's
This is
just like
probably one
a
of those
maybe
things
it's
where
just like a
he's just gonna take it easy for a couple weeks.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe it's just like a twisted ankle or something.
2 weeks
All
in
right, so
Toronto, buddy.
Jay, I'm thinking Jay, Rey Mysterio, and Finn Balor, that triple threat. I'm thinking that's when we get Wyatt Six. They interfere and they attack Jay, or they attack Jay after the match.
So here's a question: Rollins versus Priest. Does Rollins become champion again, or will Priest continue to run?
I don't know, man, because I don't know. Because whoever wins at Money in the Bank goes on to face Gunther at SummerSlam. So you have to kind of look at it from that predicament. Like, is it gonna be Priest? Does Priest versus Gunther
Alright.
at SummerSlam?
Where's Ricochet? Ricochet ain't gone. Why are we still talking about Ricochet?
Does is Priest versus Gunther at SummerSlam the bigger match, or is Rollins versus Gunther the bigger match for SummerSlam?
We'll have to see.
Like it sort of depends too. Like, do they want do they want Gunther to be world champion because maybe they don't want Gunther. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Just a heel versus heel world title match at SummerSlam seems very out of sort for WWE.
I mean, but you could kind of get away with it that you got two titles as long as you got Cody on the card somewhere.
The issue is that very much like last year's SummerSlam when you had the Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler match. I think a lot of why that match fell flat was because they were both heels so the fans had nobody to root for. Like the fans had nobody to get behind. Like it made sense at Clash in the Castle because Drew was gonna get a babyface reaction, so it made sense. But to have Damian Priest and Gunther going into SummerSlam, it's like you have your two top heels or two of your top heels. Like who are the fans supposed to kind of get behind? Like there's nobody for the fans to kind of support, or there's no one for the fans to kind of get behind, you know? Like I'm not saying it can't work. It just seems unlikely that for like a big show at SummerSlam they would go that direction. But then again, like kind of doesn't really make sense for Rollins to beat Damian Priest just to drop the title to Gunther like a month later, you know?
Oh, hold on. All right.
Uh,
Commercials. We got commercials. Stupid commercials.
uh, No, I get what you're saying, Marin. Like no, like I get what you're saying. Like WWE is definitely not trying to help TNA, but I guess I'm just thinking that like maybe when you're doing like a talent exchange, you think it would be like a little more even, you know? And like when TNA sends over like their champion, like their the top person in their women's division, yeah, you know, like they send over their very best, and then the best WWE could do for them is somebody that's barely even on TV.
You hate to see it. But we did have
Yeah,
a
yeah. Again,
return
I'm not
from
saying
there in TNA. We had the return of one Jeff Nero Hardy coming in to help out his brother Matt Hardy, Broken Matt, against the System's Moose. Which I thought he was still under contract with AEW, but I guess they must have let him out.
no. I think his contract like just expired. Like I think his contract expired like days before the pay-per-view. Like his contract just ran out, and they did not attempt to re-sign him.
Well, he's back in TNA, baby.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just gonna say that I hope I hope it works out, and I hope that this is where they get that opportunity to have their last hoorah. You know, I'm gonna be like negative for a minute, and I'm just gonna say like, listen, like Jeff Hardy is very quickly running out of bridges to burn. He's running out of opportunities, and AEW doesn't want him, and supposedly WWE doesn't want him back. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna kind of hope that they they finally get that last hoorah that they didn't get to have in AEW.
Yeah, I could see that. Probably get another tag title run, maybe.
Yeah, like you know, like they were supposed to get that in AEW. They were supposed to get a big tag team run, and they were supposed to have a run with the belts, but Jeff got arrested and fucked that up. So I just hope that this time, you know, I just hope that he can stay clean and keep his shit together because I think he's running out of I think he's running out of chances.
But other than that, against all odds, decent TNA show, and not much. It's not
It
one of the majors, so you don't expect
no,
too much from it.
it was fine for like it was fine for like a B list pay per view or whatever C list pay per view.
Then we move on to Saturday night to WWE's, or Saturday afternoon to be precise. Clash at the Castle from Scotland.
Yeah,
And again, it's
I
one of
hear.
those. It's the 5 match cards that we've been seeing from WWE.
I really don't like these 5 match cards.
Because we
I
start off
really
the
do not
card
like
with
these five
the
match
I
pay per
Quit
views.
match for the undisputed WWE title. Cody Rhodes taking on AJ Styles.
And I had a lot of issues with this match. Like the whole thing with like Cody's mom like slapping AJ Styles, that kind of made me hate the entire match. Like that ruined the entire match for me.
You didn't like that they had his mom there slapping him around?
No, I did not.
I mean, I
I
didn't
don't know,
mind it
man.
that much.
It 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 totally ruined the whole match for me. Like after I saw that, I didn't even want to watch the rest of the match. Like that's how much it pissed me off.
But at some point, Cody gets to come back, handcuffs him, handcuffs AJ to the ring, and threatens to bash him in with the solid steel steps, and makes AJ cry out, he quits. Cody retains. So, I mean, all in all, I mean, they put on a good match. I like the spot where AJ goes for the phenomenal forearm. Cody throws a chair at him, takes like a rope bump, and then takes a table bump.
Yeah,
That was a pretty kudos to AJ to making that look all seamless, because that could have gone so many wrong ways.
I don't know. Like part of me kind of wanted AJ to win, but then a big part of me knew that he probably wasn't gonna.
Yeah. I mean, the ending was a little bit underwhelming with the whole like just
Agreed.
threatening to smash him with the steps, but in the form of like it makes sense because it's like AJ can't run, he can't go nowhere, and are you gonna let someone just start bashing you in the face with a solid steel step? So you're just gonna scream, "I quit." It's the wrestling way to do things. You put an opponent in a position where like they have to say it, or they're just gonna get pummeled. So that's
Yeah.
how, like, that's the way, especially with I Quit matches where you don't want to kind of bury the person. Like, you don't want to bury AJ. So that's why he didn't lose in a submission hold or something. His life had to be in immediate danger. And that's why you do the handcuff, grab the steel steps, and then threatening to bash his brains in with it. You make a man automatically say they quit because it's the implication of you're about to really harm me. But you don't
You
bury
know what?
that person because you didn't make them tap. You didn't make them submit. You made them quit through fear.
You know what would have been like a better finish? If like AJ, like let's say AJ handcuffs Cody to like the ropes, and then he grabs Cody's mom and like pulls her over the barricade, and like basically like he positions his mom like he's gonna give her the Styles Clash, like on the like on the steps or something, unless Cody like quits, and then like Cody quits to like save his mom. Like that
I
would have
mean,
been a
you
cool
could do
finish.
stuff like that.
That would have been a cool
That
finish.
would have been a way to go if you wanted AJ to win and not
Yeah.
bury Cody, but it went the other way. So this is how you bury the heel. This is how you beat the heel without burying the heel. You put him in a
It's
position of
it's
you put
kind
him
of
in a position of fear.
it's kind of a thing. Like I agree with Marin. The like I think the finish was underwhelming, but like you said, like what else could they have done, right? Like What else could they have done? What other scenario could they have done to have AJ quit? It's like sometimes it's like yeah, like the dude the dude was handcuffed to the ropes. He was about to get his head smashed in with steel steps. What other choice did he have, right? It's either I quit or I get my face smashed in.
Yeah,
Sometimes you gotta quit and live the fight another day, you know?
yeah, and plus again, it doesn't hinder any of AJ's momentum or make him look weak or anything. Because again, it'd have been worse if he tapped out. It'd have been worse if he was in a submission and he had to scream "I quit." But it's like he didn't
Yeah.
do none of that. He lost because again, it was an implication of if you did it, you were about to get really beat the fuck down by these steel steps. It's an implication of danger.
Yeah, like he was in a scenario where there was nothing else there was nothing else he could have done. Like it was either he quit or he gets his head crushed. Like he had no
Yeah,
other
he had no
choice.
choice. Like I said, it definitely it's underwhelm. It's an underwhelming finish, but it's one of those finishes where it's like they have no choice because they don't want to.
Like
They don't want to bury AJ like that.
yeah.
Now, if
It's
he was
like
like, now say AJ was on his way out the door, oh yeah, they probably would have tapped him out, made him submit to some kind of submission maneuver to really cement the "I quit." But because of, or dump him through a stage type thing and like, what's that dude's name? The Hassan dude. When Undertaker fucking
Muhammad
last
Hassan.
ride his ass through a stage and then you never saw him again type shit.
Yeah.
But we didn't get none of that because AJ's not going anywhere. So, although like I said, fine finish, another title defense for Cody. Cody, I hope this is the end between him and AJ. But I feel like we're gonna probably end up getting a third match between these two. But I hope I'm wrong. We move
I
on
mean,
to
again, like
what's that?
there's no I don't see a reason for them to do another match. Cody's already beat him twice, and he's already beat him definitively in an I Quit match. Doesn't really seem like a point to have another match at this point. You know,
I would say the feud's over.
I agree. I would say the feud's over.
Then we move on to the what was it? Was it the women's tag title after that?
Yes, it was.
We had the three way. It was Alba Fire, Isla Dawn going up against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks going up against the champs BGM, Buff Girl Magic, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. Uh, you know, what's there to say? I mean, it was a suitable match until Cargill kind of got in because she's still green. I mean, listen, they gave the hometown girls the victory, gave them the titles. I think it's not only the thing of what's her name's mother passing, but I think it's the thing of they knew that they were going to screw over McIntyre, so it's like we got to give one of these people a happy ending because you knew spoiler alert that Piper wasn't gonna fucking beat Bailey, so it's like we got to give these Scottish people at
Yeah.
least one winner.
I kind of yeah, like I kind of wonder if it's a thing where it's like yeah, like shit like her mom just passed away. We can't now just beat her in front of her home crowd. And also like we have five matches and three of those matches feature someone from Scotland. We can't have people from Scotland go 0 for 3 and the tag titles feel like an easy switch.
Yeah,
Uh, I
because they
don't know,
already knew
man.
they knew what was gonna happen with Bailey's match, and they knew about what was gonna happen with Drew's match. So it's like, okay, we already know these people ain't gonna be happy about that outcome. So let's give them at least like a suitable band aid. We'll give them the tag titles. We'll
Like,
give them that
yeah,
moment. At least something they could take home and go. You
exactly.
know, at least that happened.
I don't know. What is there to say about Jade Cargill at this point?
I
What do
mean,
you even say
listen,
about Jade Cargill?
here's the thing. As green as she is, WWE is still using her properly. She doesn't start the match. She's
Finally.
basically there for like the hot spot.
Ah,
And then, like I said, right now Bianca's kind of
oh, yes.
carrying all the workload until Jade
Yeah,
kind of can walk on her own.
she sucks though, man. Like she really sucks.
I mean, there's potential there. She just needs work.
I don't think there is.
I think
I don't think
there
there
is.
is, man.
She's got the
No, I don't.
athleticism.
No,
She just
no,
needs. It's the thing of just having the confidence and kind of
bro.
executing it.
I was optimistic when she signed with WWE, but come on, man. seven 7 months in the performance center. You can't have 7 months in the performance center and still be that bad, man. I don't know. To me, like I have no faith in Jade, man. Like coming out of the performance center and you still suck that hard. I don't know, man.
I think she'll get better.
I think I think some people were made to be wrestlers, and some people, no matter how hard they try and no matter how much they work, they just never improve. And I feel like Jay Cargill is an example of that. Like I would put Jay Cargill in the same category as Eva Marie. Like like as the saying goes, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And I think that's the thing with Jade Cargill. Like you could throw all the training in the world at her, but at the end of the day, like if she doesn't have like a solid understanding, then all the training in the world is not gonna help her. I think she really sucked hard in this match, man. I hope she does get better. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong and she does turn it around. But right now, like she's almost it's hard to watch, man.
Who's
Like
worse,
even
her or
like
Liv Morgan?
her Jake Cargill is miles worse than Liv Morgan. Like even like there was one point where Shayna Baszler has her in the Karafuda clutch and she's like tapping out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like it's not even just the fact that like she botched the springboard. Like if she just botched the springboard, like okay, whatever, it is what it is. But then you're kind of like, come on, man. Like you're tapping when you're not supposed to be. Like that's rookie shit, man. Like that's rookie shit. Like I expect that from someone in like NXT, man, not somebody on the main roster. And this is maybe a clear indication that maybe she should have spent some time in NXT.
Hey, everybody knows Finn Balor
I,
took the key to the hotel room, son.
yeah, it's kind of interesting because remember when it was Finn Balor and AJ and Liv Morgan and they were like teaming up
Uh
and they
huh.
were like okay, like they were like trying, they all got together and they're like okay, we're gonna we're gonna destroy the Judgment Day. Kind of makes me wonder if maybe like there's something to that. Like is there maybe something to that? Maybe Finn Balor's been working all this time to try to destroy the Judgment Day from the inside. I don't know. Maybe I'm just asking too much, but sort of interesting when you think about it. The fact that like him and Liv Morgan years ago they wanted to destroy Judgment Day, and we saw him take the hotel key. I don't know. I don't know. Is there something there? Is there not something there?
I like McAfee's. It's like, look at these assholes. We out here just going wild with the language nowadays. Looks like we slowly drifted into that MA era, huh?
Yeah, I think slowly but surely. I think we're
Cause like the language that McAfee be out here using, son.
real quick. You see, July 27th, WWE's gonna have two separate wrestlers competing on two separate shows in Japan. That's uh, that's kind of interesting. That's definitely a sign the times are changing.
Oh my goodness! So now we got a triple threat for Money in the Bank for the women. We got Io Sky coming out. But yeah, the women's tag match, whatever. We got new tag champs. I doubt their reign's gonna be that lengthy.
I hope they get a bit of a run though. Like I don't want them to just lose the titles back next week. Like let them get a bit of a run.
Now we've got for the Intercontinental title, we had Sami Zayn up against Chad Gable. Match I really didn't care for. Like
It's
I really didn't pay that much attention to it, to be honest, because it's like, how many times am I gonna keep
it's
seeing this? Especially if the outcome
it's whatever.
continues to be the same.
Like it's honestly whatever. It's just the same shit they've been doing. Like Chad Gable wants Maxine to help him cheat. She doesn't want to help him cheat. He gets in her face. Then Otis gets all flustered and he gets mad, but ultimately doesn't do anything. And then Chad Gable loses. It's like copy paste. Same shit they've been doing for weeks with these two fucking guys. And then Gable at the end, when all said is done, Gable doesn't even fucking win the title. Weak, man. Weak.
Shit. So yeah, that happened. Then we move on to WWE Women's Championship. Bailey defending against Scotland's own Piper Niven. I do like this new era that we are in, and the fact that we do not pretend that people did not exist outside of WWE's home. They acknowledged her independent days. They acknowledged her independent name as Viper. So I like this new era where we don't ignore that other wrestling exists outside of WWE. I like that.
Yeah.
It gives it more of that sports feel, like it's a connected world. Even though these companies are all separate from each other, it's a thing of like, hey, I acknowledge the minor leagues. I acknowledge the independents because, hey, you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Instead of just pretending like these people just mysteriously poofed out of nowhere. It's like, no, they came from somewhere. They cut their name. They made their name in this place, so they cut their teeth over here. I like that we acknowledge these things now instead of just pretending like we just created these people like putties. But again, decent match. For what it was, but yeah, you kind of knew Bailey wasn't gonna lose. In fact, Bailey's
Crowd
more
was
over. She's more over than the hometown girl.
I was not into this match at all. Like Bailey came out and Piper came out and they both got like zero reaction. Like the crowd was not feeling this match.
I mean, the
Like
reaction
even
wasn't like
like even
enthusiastic, but I feel like it was
there
just.
like I feel like there was none. Bailey had to come out and be like, "Hey, like come on guys, like I know you got more energy than that. Like I know you could do better than that." Like that's how dead the crowd was for this match.
But like I said, it was what it was. Like I said, I didn't expect Bailey to lose, so and she retained. So the right person won.
I sort of fell asleep during this match.
You kind of felt what now?
I fell asleep during this match. Like I kind of fell asleep like after the entrances, and then I woke up just to I woke up just as Bailey was won.
I mean,
Yo Sky is sensational.
then we come to the main event for the world title. Damian Priest defending against hometown boy Drew McIntyre. Again, decent match. We had a bit like an early kind of snafu where Priest got his leg caught up in the ropes for a good couple minutes. It looked pretty bad,
Hmm.
but eventually, got out of it. Got out of it. That's why I feel like I don't think he was injured because like if he was injured, there ain't no way he was gonna continue to walk if it was that bad. And he
I don't
finished the
know.
match.
I don't know.
So
Like I said, supposedly we're gonna know tomorrow. He's supposed to get evaluated tomorrow. There's not a lot of things that I'm certain on in life, but one thing I'm certain on is Selena Vega is absolutely losing this match.
Selena Vega's losing.
Like she stays losing. She stays losing.
What about half black, half white Kiana James?
I don't know, man. She's pretty she might do it. She might pull through. Might be one of those things where she might get a surprise upset and pin Selena Vega.
How do you know Io won't take the L? Can't be like that.
I mean, she might. You never know. Like, she might take the L, but all I know is that Selena is not getting the W. That's for sure.
Zelina Vega's gonna win Money in the Bank. I'm calling it now. She's gonna surprise you, Matt. She's gonna subvert your expectations. She's gonna do it
You
from
know
Puerto
what though?
Rico.
I like Zelina Vega though. Like, I wouldn't even be mad at it. Like, I wouldn't even be like against that. It's just like her. That's just kind of how she's booked. Like, she's booked where she just stays taking L's. But like, I
But
wouldn't
she's a
even be
former
mad if
queen of the
Selena got Money in the
ring.
Bank. I know. I think she's great.
She's the
I think
first
she's
ever
great.
queen of the ring.
She's like another Candice LeRae. She's really good, but they just book her to lose all the time.
I'm gonna pick Io to win. She's gonna try to go get another Money in the Bank. Back-to-back wins.
Yeah, I'm thinking EO probably wins this match. I think uh I think EO wins this match. And then I don't know, like the men's qualifier, I think it's either Jay or Finn. Like, I kind of don't think it'll be Rey Mysterio. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I thought the main event was fine. It's fine for what it was. Again, like CM Punk cost Drew the match. It's what it is. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's you wanna kind of keep that feud going, and it sort of makes sense not to have the like the if we're gonna get Drew versus Punk at SummerSlam, you don't really need the title for that feud. Like, that feud has enough heat. You don't need the title for it, so I guess it makes sense, but it was fine. I just think they need more. Like, needed more matches. I think like 8 matches. I think is that sweet spot. Like, I feel like a nice 8 matches. 5 just feels too short for me. And even though like it was like still a 3 hour pay per view, like it still ended up being a 3 hour pay per view, I guess. But I don't know. Especially when you do like joint Raw and SmackDown pay per views and you only have 5 matches. The issue too with that is there's like a lot of people that never get to see a pay per view, that never get to be on a pay per view, because you only have 5 matches, and it's like Raw and SmackDown. So like a lot of these like undercard guys, a lot of these undercard feuds don't make it to pay per views.
I mean, we don't even do kickoff shows anymore.
Yeah, like we don't even do like kickoffs. Like okay, like like when like TNA for Against All Odds, they had like a pre-show. You got like an extra two matches, so you got to have the women's tag titles defended, and then you got Sammy Callahan versus Jonathan Gresham. So you got an extra two matches. So like let's say if they had eight matches on the pay-per-view plus the kickoff is an extra two matches. That gives you like 10 matches.
Hmm.
Like even NXT Battleground had more matches. Like NXT Battleground had six,
Hmm.
and even that I didn't think was enough.
I think it at least should be pay per view should at least be 7 to 8 matches minimum.
You know what? I was just it's like you're reading my mind. I was just saying, yeah, like I think eight matches is kind of like that sweet spot. Because it's the other thing too is like not every match needs to be like 10-15 minutes. Like the Piper Niven Bailey match, maybe could have been a little shorter, you know?
And technically, you could be doing 10 matches if you add two on a pre-show. You would
Yeah.
have 10 matches in the night. Like that's how most pay per views would operate. You'll
Yeah.
get those you'll get like 2 or 3 matches in the Sunday night heat. Then you got the pay per view, which was usually 7 to 8 matches, depending on the brand of pay per view. If it was the major, probably 6 to 7. If it was the big four, you got at least 8. You got at least 8
Yeah.
minimum. And like I said, you might as well chalk it. You might as well call it 10 to 11 if you counted the Sunday night heat, because you at least got
Yeah.
2 to 3 matches out of that one. That outside of promoting the pay per view that was about to come on within 20 minutes. But now it's just like you get the kickoff show with no matches, and now you get 5 matches tops.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they are giving these matches some time, but it's like not every match needs to be 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Not every match needs to be 25 to 30 minutes. Like, listen, make the matches with titles, give them 20. Non titles, 10, 12 tops. Get your shit in. But it's like, 5 matches. That means what? Every match was at least what? 20 to 25 minutes at least?
Yep.
And it wasn't like this was a 2 hour pay per view either. This was still a 3 hour show.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me I would probably see more matches on this 3 hour Raw than I see on a 3 hour pay per view?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's it. Like you're gonna see more matches on Raw than
Like
on
right now,
the
we're
on
we're
the
we're,
pay
we're
per view.
watching the women's match. This is what the second match because we already saw Braun versus Gable. Now again, that match didn't go that long. This match, so far, they've given it a little bit of the time because it's their Money in the Bank segment. I would expect at least another match is going to come after that. Like I would at least expect to get 3 or 4 more matches here tonight.
Right?
If
Okay,
not,
here you
if
go.
everything's not flooded with fucking talkie segments.
I'll I'll uh I'll give you the breakdown. So Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, that match was 27 minutes and 45 seconds. The the women's tag titles was 12 minutes and 10 seconds. The Intercontinental title match was 22 minutes and 15 seconds. And then the Bailey Piper Niven match was 13 minutes and 30 seconds. And then the main event was 20 minutes and 20 seconds.
You were wrong. Selena Vega didn't take the L. It was half black, half white. Kiana James.
I was only half wrong because Selena Vega at least did not win.
Well, it seems like they trying to set her up, I guess, to be a challenger for Liv Morgan. It looks like, which is going to be actually maybe really sad to see.
I don't know why. It seems like the LWO just stays losing. I don't know.
It's the losing world order.
Yeah, yeah.
And Liv Morgan rocking Dominic's vest. She stole his vest. Which vest is Judgment Day best?
Oh,
If you know, you know. I can see EO winning the Money in the Bank again. You doing a back to back like CM Punk.
yeah, me too. See it.
Well, I'm only saying that because I don't know who the other contestants are yet, but you know she's definitely a front runner.
Well, who else? Who else amongst Raw and SmackDown like right now is in a better position than like who's in a better position to where they could win? You know, outside of like a EO Sky. Probably Natalia's not winning Money in the Bank. Like maybe like Lyra.
I can see Lyra probably going to Money in the Bank. Like I said, they've been kind of giving her a bit of a spotlight as of late, coming to the main roster. She's got a good look. She's good in the ring. She's good in the ring. I can see her qualifying.
Yeah.
And the third person, because what is it, 6 women, right, for Money in the Bank?
Yeah. Yeah.
Third person from Raw. I would say Nia Jax, but she's already kind of got a guaranteed title shot already. So,
Oh, she's on SmackDown though.
oh yeah, she is on SmackDown. Okay. Fuck, who's on Raw? I can't remember right now who's on Raw for women.
Uh, let's find out.
Unless like another member of like Damage Control goes in, or like a Candice LeRae or someone, or Indy Hartwell or something.
Okay, you got Alba Fire, Dakota Kai, Isla Dawn, Ivy Nile, Kyrie Sane, Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, Lyra, Maxine, Natalia, Shayna, and Zoe Stark.
Maybe Shayna.
Like, yeah, maybe Shayna. Like, there's a couple other, but like Asuka's injured right now.
Yeah, why are we still showing Ricochet again? It almost makes me feel like he ain't
Rhea
gone.
Ripley's injured. Well, he's not technically gone till July. Like
My
technically, he still works there till
is Sammy
July.
here
Like
to
maybe.
is Sammy here to wrestle or talk? Because I can never tell with his ring attire.
Oh, I think he's here to talk.
Come on, we don't need a talking segment. Oh,
I
talking
don't know. Like,
segment.
hopefully, hopefully, we're gonna get someone new challenging Sammy. Like Gable's lost too many matches. It's time for him to back of the line.
Damn commercials. Can't stand
Commercials.
I think they should be able to hear you on this one. Say something.
Testing.
You good? Like I said, I had to redo everything.
Yep.
So I guess some place I'd be forgetting just to add certain things, but it comes back
It's
to
okay.
me though.
It happens.
I mean,
But
we'll
yeah,
be good. We'll be good for Friday, and for any of you ELW fans, we will be returning this week. So all new, all
maybe.
different. By the way, all new, all different.
Oh,
But it's gonna be same hard hitting action that you've known, come to know and love from ELW. So
are the thick boys gonna be all new, all different?
we will be all new, all different. Yes, we will be all new, all
Yeah.
different. But
But
we'll be all the
you know what
same.
won't be
Still the same.
different?
Jimmy will be all new, all different, but all the same.
But you know what? You
The
know what's not
titles,
gonna
in
be all
fact, the
new and
titles
different?
are all new, all different too. We got new titles. The titles are slightly altered from the ones we originally had. Like all the titles have changed. In fact, hold on a second. Give me a minute. Let me pull something up. This is wrestling related, so we can talk about it because it's because we can. It's our show. We can do those type of
The
things.
thick boys stay winning. There's gonna be nothing different about that.
So I'm gonna give you guys and everybody else, because again, ELW is moving into year 2.0. It's gonna be all new, all different this coming week, and we have like new titles. Some of the titles have been redesigned. We sent them into the fabricator. Told them to hook it up for us. It should be fun. But I'm gonna show y'all what the belts are looking like. I'll show Matt too, so because he hasn't had an opportunity to see what we're working with here. Pull it up here. Give me a second. Hold on, let me just put it in the chat and everything so you have to see. All right, can you see it, Matt? You got the revamp.
On the
Had to revamp some of the titles. Redone. We had to redo the local title. The tag titles are kind of a little bit the same, but if you look closely, there's some new changes to it. We redesigned the United States Championship. We had to redesign the Undisputed World Title and the new Television Championship. So like I said, all new, all different. ELW is coming back bigger, better than ever, harder, stronger. Big Boys still tag team champions.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of new tag teams coming to the scene. I got signed a lot of new acquisitions, and there's a lot of teams gunning for some tag team goals. So we gotta come with it. But yeah, everybody's ready, son. Year 2.0. So you gotta join us this Thursday. So yeah, that's what it do. Bro, the roster's even thicker than before, man. It's wild.
all new, all different.
All new, all different, yeah. But still the same. But still the same. Yeah. I'm saying the Waffle House arena has been under some maintenance. You know what I'm saying? The boys at the foreign exchange have been just making it rain with money, and they're like, "Hey, you need to buy new stuff. Buy new stuff. Make it look nice for the people, for the audience." And it's like, yeah, man. We talked to some of the lawyers of Dewey Cheatham and Howe, like, "Hey, I need to borrow some music. Can I use this music?" And they're like, "Hey, go right ahead. Go to do that shit. It's all new, all different. It's a bigger, better mousetrap. People are gonna love it." In fact, I just I'm looking at the calendar and I'm realizing that we're almost close to probably having to do another premium live event, which would be our first live event that we did in ELW. And if you're familiar with that, you already know what that means. Hobos and Dogs 2, baby. Hobos and Dogs 2. Now, the Thick Boys weren't around for Hobos and Dogs Part 1, but I bet your sweet ass they'll be there for Hobos and Dogs 2.
And they'll be winning like they always do,
Listen,
because they be stay winning. They're like the opposite of Zelina Vega. Like she stays losing, and they stay winning.
listen. We've been the Thick Boys have been dominant ever since they stepped foot. I think their record is almost damn near undefeated in tag team competition. They've lost a couple single fairs, but in tag team competition, I think they're undefeated. And you know the pedigree already. They came in Solid Steel Wrestling World Tag Team Champions. They won the Beautiful Bobby Invitational Cup, and then went on to win the ELW World Tag Team Championships, unifying the Solid Steel and ELW Tag Team titles. So and they've been unstoppable. They've taken all comers. Just dominant team. Like, hey, the Wolves, they tried to take a crack at the Thick Boys a couple weeks back, and they too felt the crunch wrap supreme. Just unstoppable. It's like, listen, you're dealing with two juggernauts, two just pieces of meat built for destruction. And with the lover man on their side, come on. The candy
Yeah, like
corn?
if they weren't already like unstoppable before. Once if they weren't already unstoppable, once you add candy corn to the equation,
It become dangerous because he's got that criminal mind. Candy Corn got the criminal mind. He cooking up diabolical schemes and plots.
yeah.
Plus, there's a pre-made arena. Somebody made the Waffle House, like the outside of the Waffle House. So it's like if I wanted to do a fight outside the Waffle House, I could actually do it now.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, so we got Braun Breaker pulling up on Sami Zayn. I mean, at least that's new, right?
Yes.
Oh, well, here comes Sheamus. I'm so happy he got the old music back.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Like it's
You
just
know,
like it's one of those, like, there's certain people, like wrestlers, where it's like, you know what, you don't need a new theme song because your theme song is just fine as is. It just works. It's like Hulk Hogan's Real American. Unless he's coming out the Voodoo Child, I just don't see him coming out to anything else. But we all know Voodoo
Yeah,
Child specifically for Hollywood. Hogan.
I think
I
that's the
mean,
my.
Ian. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think
we could get new ELW tag champions if somebody could beat the Thick Boys. I'm listening. Listen, I'm
it's
all
not
about
possible.
competition in ELW. But listen, when you just the best, you just the best until someone can show that they better and step up to dethrone the champions. Listen, it took Dwight Race to dethrone Mush Critical, and he's a straight juggernaut. And then guess what he did? He came back and took his title back. Okay, the man's beast. I can't stop him. He's Internet Jesus. You gonna stop Internet Jesus? That's what I thought. The man said, "Look here, I took a break. I want my title back. Now he's got it back. Now other people got to step up and see if they got the minerals to take it. That's it, man. That's like I said, open door policy in LW. Everybody gets opportunities. We don't deny nobody a shot at the brass ring. Everybody gets a taste of the good stuff. That's why everybody gets Tito's. So, but like I said, we've got a lot of new talent coming in the ELW 2.0. So a lot of new tag teams. We've in fact R&R Security are going to be making their debut. Rufus and Roscoe. You know they're part of the Waffle House crew. They've been working hard behind the scenes, and they're now ready for TV time. You've got the OTK. In fact, the OTK they just expanded. They got more members coming in because they was like, listen, just the two of us wasn't enough. We know the Freebird rules in play around here. So they bringing in the rest of their squad and women from this group just to take in the women's division. I'm telling you, there's so much more going down. Like the tag team scene in ELW is going to be thriving. Thriving. And leading the helm is the North American Thick Boys until someone can take the crown. And right now, the boys are just, the Thick Boys are just too good. Can I listen, Matt? Can you help it if the thick boys is out here serving buffets and giving the tag division all they can eat, but then their eyes get bigger than their stomach and they can't handle it? You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, listen, man.
You know
Listen,
what I'm
you
saying?
can't. If you're good, you're good, and the thick boys are just good.
You know what I'm saying they're out here serving up these golden corrals, and then cats will line up to get a plate and like, can I get another? Can I get another? Here you go. Eat more. Eat. Come on. Eat. Eat. Eat from my tree. Drink from my cup. Let
Like
your eyes be bigger than your stomach.
the thick boys, the thick boys can't help that the rest of the tag teams aren't on their level. Like they can't help that.
And listen, there's some great tag teams in ELW. We've got former champions, the young shooters. They can get it done. Former champs, the Clussies, always nipping at the heels. Okay, there's a lot of good tag teams out there. You got the Wolves. You got that being said. You got a lot. But some just ain't built like the North American thick boys. Some we eat good in the neighborhood. So all that poutine and bacon. All right, we got Dragon Lee coming out ready for a match after that Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, Sheamus segment. I guess these are. I mean, it is different, right? We're getting some new challenges for Sami Zayn. We've kind of moved on from Chad Gable, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Like I'm happy, And it's like Braun Breaker and Sheamus, like they're fresh challengers, like they're they're people. They're not. It's not like oh we're going back to like Bronson Reed, or it's not like oh we're going back to like whoever else. Like Sheamus has never been Intercontinental Champion. Braun Breaker has never challenged for the Intercontinental title. So I like too, that we're not just defaulting to former champs, you know? Like we're giving new people opportunities.
So we got Dragon Lee versus Carlito here tonight. Honorary Judgment Day member. He's more of a member than R-Truth was.
I'd like to see Carlito get a win. Would be nice to see Carlito.
I don't understand why Carlito's acting like such a minion right now. Are you not like a former Intercontinental United States and you undisputed tag team champion? Like you're one away from a
Yeah.
grand slam and you over here acting like such a minion. What happened? Like that's the only thing I hate when they do to some wrestlers. It's like you turn their like personality into a bunch of like groveling like minions when it's like, dude, you're like I said, you're a former like Triple Crown,
Like
and you over here acting
when
like a
Braun
minion.
Breaker, when Braun Breaker and Sheamus are out there, when they're out there challenging Sammy, like I know this contradicts everything I just said, but like Carlito should be out there too. Like why is Carlito so preoccupied trying to get in the Judgment Day? Like why don't you focus that energy on trying to win a championship? Like isn't that why you're there?
I mean, you you would think, but it's just like he's sitting there just being such a minion though. Like, bro, you should be in here acting like you got it like that because you like I said you won title off a Grand Slam. One title off a Grand Slam. And like you acting like you new here to the game. Like, bro, why we booking him as a minion?
I can't answer that. I just can't answer that.
Like he's held more titles than JD.
See, like again though, like look at if you look at JD, like look what he was doing in NXT versus look what he's doing here. Like at least in NXT, like he was like, you know, like he was hurting people, like he was injuring people, storyline injuring people, like like he had that was his like gimmick. Like he was this guy that's like, oh, like next week during our match, I'm gonna disconnect your tibula or whatever. Remember, he was doing some kind of like weird, like Patrick Bateman thing,
Yeah.
and like now look at him. No, but it's just I don't get it. Like, does nobody want to win a championship here? Like, especially Carlito. Like, you got a second opportunity, man. You think you'd like why not challenge? Why not channel your energy into towards something positive?
Yeah, like he never really had like a promo. Like I came back here to like be a world champion or not. This is like here I am. You remember me? I'm Carlito. You
Yeah.
know. Why are we getting this women's title highlight before the Ray? I mean, before the Dragon Lee Carlito match? What's going on here? Come on. Shouldn't you done that after this match?
I bet you Carlito doesn't even get an entrance. I bet you we cut to the ring and Carlito's already there.
Hmm?
Like he's not even gonna get an entrance. Ugh.
They even, damn, they didn't even get custom side plates. Damn.
Not a good sign. All these new entrance themes suck.
Wow, they just had Dragon Lee just sitting there that whole time while they had that whole damn segment.
It's just, yeah, he's just standing there that whole time.
Like, couldn't they do that after the match though? I feel like it's just really, it just breaks the whole thing up.
Maybe they
And
wanted to
again,
like rip
where's Carlito's ring gear? Why are we out here not in ring gear?
I don't know.
Hey, wait a minute. You're not Samantha Irvin.
You know, maybe there's some truth to what people are saying. Like maybe she's gonna leave with Ricochet.
Well, nah, Michael Cole said she'll be back next week, bro.
Oh, not that. Well, fuck me then.
Like, Carlito needs his own theme. I know Jim Johnson owns it, but they gotta try to remix it or something. But where's his ring gear, goddammit? We pop that shirt off. We get in the shape to be wearing shirts again? What are we doing?
Lose the pants.
Yeah, pop those pants off. Where are your tights? Are you trying to cover something up? Like, what we doing, bro? Why are we out here just looking like straight? Like you should be in the crowd right now.
You know
God,
what's
for God's sake, shave those
you,
sideburns.
you know what's the sad thing about the whole like Jim Johnson thing? It's it's all because they don't want to pay him royalties. Like that's why they have the Def Rebel themes, because like with Def Rebel they don't have to pay them anything. Like the Def Rebel makes them for WWE, so WWE owns them, so they don't have to fucking pay them anything. This is all over them just not wanting to pay Jim Johnson royalties. But hey, we didn't talk about it. But speaking of themes, hey, Jeff Hardy gets to use his Hardy Boys theme in TNA. That's pretty cool. Even though I know he hates that theme. I wonder if like when Jeff Hardy left AEW, wonder if he was like, "Hey, Tony, can I take my Hardy Boys theme with me?" And Tony Khan was just like, "Yeah, sure."
I mean, that Hardy
Probably.
theme though,
So,
isn't that just kind of like a universal theme or something? Because like it's like public domain.
it was, but I think Tony Khan bought it. I think he like purchased it.
Like, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's like a public domain fucking song.
It used to be until he bought it. Pretty sure. Pretty sure.
Let me look at this. Let me ask real quick from the chat, just a little sound check. Everybody hearing everything clearly? Everybody volume's good? Music's not blasting us? I just wanted to make sure, because like I said, I'm working on a new PC here, and I had to redo everything, so I just wanted to make sure everything's good. So if you could just let me know, that'd be cool. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, it's cool. Just let me know if you guys can hear everything clearly. Now you were saying
If
that?
Jimmy was here, if Jimmy was here, he would say thumbs down.
That's because Jimmy's a troll.
That's what happens when you. That's what happens when you live on that opposite time zone.
Well, I mean, he's just angry because he's late. That's all. He's perpetually forever late. That's why.
Yeah, he's just mad because prime time starts at 5. Bro, the other day I was watching one of his videos and he was talking about like join us on Spaghetti and Friends every Friday at like 4 o'clock. Bro, imagine if you gotta watch our show at 4 o'clock.
No, imagine if we really had to do the show at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then he be getting up at like in the morning to do the show.
We're like late night, baby. We're like supposed to be like prime time. We're like late night. We're like after hours.
It's for adult content, not for children.
Yeah. You can't be having your windows open at like 4:30 and people's out there barbecuing, and they be hearing our show and they be hearing some of the stuff Jimmy be saying, and it's like 4:30 and people trying to like barbecue.
Look here. That's why kid mode is off on this. Okay, no kid mode on here. Like, no, this is not made for children.
Yeah, like people are in their front yards just trying to barbecue and fend off tarantulas.
Wearing scorpions and shit.
Yeah, and they gotta hear about Jimmy and Black Voltron at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Listen, any place where you have more than one creature that has the ability to sneak into your shoe and possibly kill you is no place I want to live.
That's why I said when we meet up,
scorpions, you got fucking spiders and shit and snakes. Just fucking kill you.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's why when we meet up next year, we gotta go to your place because I can't be going to Jimmy's place, son. I can't be going to the desert. There's too many spiders and rattlesnakes and scorpions there.
Too many spiders.
Bro,
yeah, we ain't got those over here. We ain't got those spiders and shit like that. Nah. You might see some rabbits, wild rabbits running around in people's yards, but ain't no goddamn spiders.
Shit, as long as they don't got 8 legs, we're good. So I said, like, we can't be going to Jimmy's house. It's like it's too wild out there.
Nah. Can't do it, won't do it. Oh, here come Liv Morgan over here stirring up the pot.
She all over this show tonight.
They really trying to push her like a main event person right now, bro. They don't got anybody. Yo, take your vest back, son. Oh.
funny to me that like CM Punk kicked him right in the ding ding.
Galito with the win though. Thanks to the interference. Somebody call HR because she's over there sexually harassing Dominic right now. Oh man, they showing what happened with the. Yeah, that was that foot thing. Like, ugh, that did not look good, man.
Quick sidebar. Still about wrestling. I've been like catching up on my GCW, right? Because I missed like a ton of shows. Like I haven't watched a GCW show since like WrestleMania weekend. So I've been like backtracking, like I've been catching up, you know. And I guess on one show they had Hall of Wicked. Have you ever seen Hall of Wicked?
I can't say I have. If I did, I don't recall.
He's like a mask guy, and you know he kind of does like a scary like I don't know, kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas, something like that. But I totally forgot that he uses the GTS as his finisher, but he instead of like go to sleep, he calls it go to Sleepy Hollow because he's like spooky, and I just think that's sensational. Like I just totally forgot about that, and then when I saw him in that match, and he hit it on somebody, and like the commentators like they didn't even know what it was called, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right, he calls that go to Sleepy Hollow.
Do you think
I
the
don't know why
Wyatt Six is
brought
gonna
that
jump
up, but I
someone
did.
or just show up?
Oh man, they gotta no, they gotta show up and do something, son. Like for how much they've been teasing them and getting us ready and getting us anticipated. Like if they just show up and it's just them standing on the stage, that would be totally disappointing. I think that would be really disappointing.
It would make me sad.
Watching a commercial for Little Caesars right now, and they got like craft dinner bites. I don't know, man. I think it's pretty disgusting.
So over commercials.
I like the I like the Kraft macaroni and cheese way better. Like where the the cheese is like a sauce. That's way better. Get the shells.
I mean, powdered is so lower level. If you ain't messing with the cheese and the cheese sauce, you're not doing your best. You're not.
Yeah,
Just saying.
agreed. Bro, is Maxine just in straight up like underwear?
I don't know what she's wearing. It looked like a diaper, to be honest.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a diaper.
But hey, do me a favor, Matt. Say something real quick.
Something,
Testing
something,
audio.
something, testing, testing. One, two,
Okay.
three. Got Drew McIntyre coming out now.
Okay, sound good.
You think Wade Barrett has another run in him?
Yes.
You think like you think like he should step out of retirement and start throwing some bull hammers again?
Yes.
I mean, if you still got it in him, why not?
Hmm.
I wouldn't be mad to see Wade Barrett return.
I mean, neither.
But I mean, they need to treat him like a big deal. But I don't think because he was always so injury prone. Like I just don't see it happening now.
Yeah.
Now Drew's gonna continue to cry because it's what he does now. Like I said, CM Punk, the ultimate troll.
McIntyre's thinking right now. He's like, I can't believe I re-signed and they beat me in my hometown again. It's like TNA wouldn't have had me lose in Scotland.
Oh, he just quit. What?
That's funny. That's funny.
Let's see what it's gonna cry about. So how much time? How much more time does CM Punk have before he returns?
I'm thinking it's gotta be like imminent. It's gotta be close. Like if not, I would say if not by Money in the Bank, then certainly by SummerSlam.
Trying to think. Isn't Forbidden Door this week?
No.
It's next week. It's a Sunday, coming Sunday, isn't it?
I don't believe so, but let me double check. Maybe it is.
It is this coming Sunday, right?
June 30th.
Oh, June 30th.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's a couple more weeks then.
I don't know, man. So far the for Forbidden Door card, it's not as strong as I would have liked it to have been.
I mean, you got Osprey, Swerve for the title. You got Tony defending against what's that? Mina Shirakawa, which she's
Sure.
my new favorite
Yeah.
wrestler.
She's sensational.
She is sensational.
You got Mox and Naito for the IWGP title.
Mm-hmm.
You got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. You got the ladder match for the vacant TNT title. And then you got Jeff Cobb defending the New Japan World Television Championship in an open challenge.
Hmm.
Like it's not like it's a bad card. Like it's not like it's not like it's a shitty card or anything. It's just I kind of wish there was more like title matches, or I kind of wish there was more like I thought wrestlers from CMLL were gonna be featured on this pay per view, and I was kind of looking forward to that because like I don't get to watch a lot of CMLL, so I was kind of looking forward to seeing some guys that I don't get to see very often.
Yeah, I thought the idea of a Forbidden Door was supposed to be like getting wrestlers from like all over, not just one other company.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. It's like okay, the card looks good as a New Japan AEW crossover show. Like it looks
Like
fine, but it's just I
Josh
don't know.
Burnett's Bloodsport is more of a Forbidden Door, where you got
Like
wrestlers
I was
coming
just
from all other companies to compete, not just one other
yeah,
company, but you got a bunch of different companies sending him wrestlers. That's a Forbidden Door, where you have a
like I
Shayna
was just
Baszler and a Masha Slamovich and a Mike Nesmith, Johnny TV type shit, and then you got dudes from Japan and Mexico. Like that's a Forbidden Door.
yeah.
How does Josh Barnett get it right? And AEW is just like, we'll team up with New Japan. I mean, which is cool. I'm not even knocking that, but it's like you're not even given a real variety of matches. And like you said, you got a partnership with CMLL. Why are they not on this card?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I was looking forward to seeing maybe some more combinations. Like okay, like Osprey versus Swerve. Like you could have done that match at any pay per view. Like why not have like Will Osprey defend the international title against like Mystico, like Mystico from CMLL, like have those two guys face off, or have Swerve defend the AEW title against Mystico. It's just I don't know. I was looking forward to seeing CMLL guys on this pay-per-view. I guess I was just kind of looking forward to that, but like there's already like 7 matches. Like at this point, like how many more matches are we gonna get? Like maybe 2 or 3 more matches tops. It's like it's not bad. Like it's not a bad card, but I guess I was just hoping for more.
So what are you thinking about this whole Drew McIntyre quitting?
Well, we sort of know that he just re-signed this like big like contract, so I don't think he's going anywhere. But maybe it's just like, all right, well, we need to. We don't got nothing for you until CM Punk's ready to come back. So why don't you just cool it for a little bit?
I
We'll
think
call you when he's ready to go.
I think he might pull a Brock Lesnar and be like a surprise entry in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, possibly.
Like he'll leave now and be gone for the whole time being of the build up towards Money in the Bank, and then return that Money in the Bank to steal the briefcase. You know what I'm saying?
Ian, Ian, that's where you're wrong, buddy. It would be Drew Galloway is all elite. He's not he wouldn't be Drew McIntyre in AEW. He'd be Drew Galloway. Yeah, I can maybe see that. Like right like what does he have to do anyway? Like until CM Punk is ready to come back, like it's not like he has anything to do. So maybe it's a thing where like you said, like go home for a little bit, take it easy, and then you'll come back at Money in the Bank so that you could.
Oh shit, my bad, folks. Lost Matt.
That match start getting that match really hyped.
Yo, Matt, you sorry, bro. I fucked around and hit the wrong button and knocked myself out of the chat and came back in. You were just still talking.
No, that's good. I saw that you bounced out for a minute, but I was just I was just keeping I was just keeping the train of thought for the chat. You know. But yeah, I think you're right. I think Drew McIntyre comes back at Money in the Bank.
I could see that being a thing that they would do. Like I said,
Oh,
have them
Sheamus.
leave now. Like I said, Money in the Bank's in what, like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, like something like that. Like it's not that far off.
You know what I've noticed though about this newest class of like women in this division? There's no real standouts as far as like body type. Like they're all pretty much all the same height to a degree. A lot of
Yeah.
short chicks here. Like outside of like your Charlottes and like your Nayas and Jades and Biancas, there's no, everyone else is kind of like average body shape and height.
Yeah.
Like look at like Kiana Chance and Kaden Carter and Lyra Valkyrie. They're all of like similar height, build. Like there's no real like China statuesque women. There's a couple, but not many compared to like what the crop is. Like they're the kind of the new norm of like, hey, this is what our female athletes kind of coming out looking like. They real tiny.
I feel like that's what when they scout their females, I feel like that's what they look for.
Probably.
You know what I
Because, I
mean?
mean, look at, like, what's in NXT. You got girls like Kalani Jordan, Thea Hale, like, just really tiny. Roxanne Perez, just tiny.
Hmm.
And like I said, there's a couple of them that are like big buff. You know, there's some built ones, there's some Amazons, but they're more kind of the oddity, whereas the norm is all these women of same stature and height.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even saying this as like it's a bad thing, because it's good for them, because it now gives this illusion of like any one of these women can be portrayed as a main eventer, because their competition, at least visually, looks equal, equal to the amount. Where it's like, I don't know who would win between these two women. They're kind of evenly matched up. Outside of like when you're fighting a Nia Jax, where it's like the David and Goliath, approach. Because I mean, fuck, look at Liv Morgan. Like Liv Morgan is their kind of benchmark compared to Rhea Ripley, where she's more the Amazon, the more bulky feminine one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's kind of almost a prototype of what Charlotte is, a more bigger Amazon-like female. Still feminine, but just more stacked. Same thing, like I said, with Jade Cargill. Same thing with Bianca Belair. Still feminine, but just way more stacked and just built bigger than, say, your Liv Morgan or your Tegan Knox. Like, they're smaller, but like that's the majority of them now. So it's kind of like, okay, it kind of works, because like I said, no one seems bigger than anyone else. Where it's kind of, you got to ask yourself, where it's like, okay, who are we now trying to position as like top tier? Because like if you look at the women's division now, or like look at all these people, they weren't getting that kind of, Kiana and Katie weren't getting this kind of television time like 2 years ago like this. But now they have to, because they gotta rebuild the roster. Most of the old guards ain't really here no more. So hey, I mean, I'm cool with it. It's just we gotta start like getting these girls some substantial wins to make them seem like main eventers. Like, what happened to Shotzi? She injured or something? I know she's your favorite
Yeah,
wrestler.
she's injured. She's injured. Like, I think she fucked up her knee in NXT.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. She did fuck up her shit up in NXT.
I forget who she was. I forget who she was facing.
I think it was one of those things where, wasn't it?
Like, was it her and Tiffany?
It might have been Tiffany.
Might have. Because I know she was going for the championship.
It might have been Tiffany. Might have been Tiffany. So Rollins versus Priest at Money in the Bank Toronto. You getting tickets?
No. No.
I feel like the only
It's
reason Dakota's still in damage control is because Asuka is injured.
Mhm. I think Money in the Bank. I think it's pretty expensive.
Why are you saying that AEW fans are delusional? What happened?
I guess it's just because the like people are already making those like Drew McIntyre is all elite graphics.
Oh, nah,
But
I
I
don't think anyone believes that. I think people are just memeing.
yeah, like I don't think that's being delusional. I think people are just I think people are just trolling. I don't think anyone's under the mindset that he's legitimately quit.
Plus, I mean, the wrestling trope is like no real wrestler is actually quitting on air. Like the only time it's actually happened is like a few times when people were leaving and they'll
Yeah.
do the whole high quit thing. But it's like once you find out a person's already re-signed and then all of a sudden they doing the whole I quit thing, it's like yeah, nah, don't put much stock in anything said afterwards because they've already signed the contract to renew, so they're not going
It's
anywhere.
like it's like it's like how many times when somebody comes to the ring and their promo starts with, "Oh, you know, maybe it's time for me to just retire and go home and just be like a parent or go home and just be like a husband or a wife." Like how many times do they actually say that and then actually retire? Right? Like 100% of the time it's like, you know, I should just go home and just be a father and just go home and take care of my kids. But I can't do that because I got unfinished business, or I can't do that because I still have to do this.
Hmm.
It's just a wrestling trope.
I wonder, could a lightsaber cut through adamantium?
Yeah, I think it could.
Vibranium?
I still think it could. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if it
It's
could
hard
do
to say.
vibranium. It's supposed to be made of that real good shit. I don't know.
It's hard to say because we've
Like if he
never.
can block blast coming out of Cyclops' eyes with it, and we know that shit's built different in there. Lightsaber should be kind of almost easy.
It's hard to say because I don't think there's anything in the Star Wars universe that's on par with like vibranium.
Best guard.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Best guard holds up against most lasers and blades. We saw it with the dark saber, and the dark saber is just slightly a variant of a lightsaber.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So if there's a material such as Beskar that can take a blade, and adamantium's kind of what Beskar is to a degree, could adamantium hold up to a lightsaber?
Okay, I mean, that being said, maybe it could.
I don't know if that's ever a discussion that's ever been brought up to topic, but it's just like I said, I was just kind of staring at this Darth Vader, and I was just thinking about like photos I could take with him with other figures, and like him and Wolverine, and I'm like, but would a lightsaber cut through adamantium, or could adamantium hold a lightsaber?
Well, I don't know.
Like I said, we've seen Wolverine kind of hold back blast in the past with the claws, so it can hold up to most projectile type weapons or laser based weapons to a degree. He's even got an ability to get hot claws now, so that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, you got tickets for Raw after Money in the Bank? That's what's up. And we got Sheamus in here with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's kind of going in on the big man, but can't keep the ginger down.
It's kind of It's kind of crazy because there's not a lot of guys. There's not a lot of guys that make Braun Breaker look small, but I don't know. Like next to Sheamus, Braun Breaker looks like a cruiserweight.
Because Sheamus is a big boy.
I don't know. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but
No, compared to Sheamus, he does look slightly smaller. Because
yeah,
Sheamus is a big dude. And especially with kind of like the little bit of extra weight he's kind of put on there right now, he's extra beefy. Don't worry, Sheamus is in the gym. He getting it tight. He getting it tight.
yeah.
You gonna see him come back one day just looking jacked, stacked, and just cut the fuck up, son. Looking all milky.
Oh my God, TNA is just posting like a whole bunch of like Drew McIntyre clips on their Twitter.
Well, you know, people trying to take advantage of it's clickbait, baby. It's clickbait.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Damn, Sheamus. Fucking Braun out here trying to fly, bro. Trying to be a cruiserweight. You said he looked like a cruiserweight. Now he out here flying.
He took that as a challenge. It's like I'll show you a cruiserweight.
I'd give this Vader a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, if it had more hand options, I think would take it over the top. And like I said,
Yeah,
I'm
I
taking
feel
off for the QC on the loose joints. Everything else is top notch, though. Everything else top notch. Like the sculpt, the lightsaber, everything else is choice. The feel of the cape, everything choice. The helmet fucking is just tits. Solid as fuck. Like I said, I would have liked some hand accessories. But like I said, everything else, can't complain. Like I said, I don't go that hard with it. I don't go hard, and I'm not going deep in to Black Series. But as my official like one-off Vader, I'll fuck with this. It's a very good representation of the Sith Lord.
Yeah, he's nice.
Now all I need is Master Negro, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, did Jimmy get his Master Mayonnaise? Ringside row 1. Shit, that's what's up. Better have that KliqBait Wrestling sign, son. You need to get KliqBait Wrestling sign. If not clickbait, then you gotta represent ELW. So ELW #1 wrestling. Fucking hey, these commercials, man, they just too. Never enough, man. I know they said that once they go to Netflix, they're still gonna have like commercials. I hope they just dumb it down for real. Like most of the
Yeah.
streaming services, where it's like they'll give you maybe like two big commercials that are like maybe a minute piece, and then just call it a fucking, and then continue back with the show. Or do one of those things where it's like, we'll play the ad at the beginning and you don't get no ads for the rest of the fucking show. If they did that, like, yo, let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Because, like, these commercials just be killing me. Like, it takes me out of the show sometimes. There'll just be, like, so goddamn many. And because I don't normally fuck with cable nowadays, like, I don't deal with commercials. I don't watch anything with commercials, anything. Outside of, like, whatever I'm watching, like, wrestling, is probably the only time I'm getting commercials. Because everything else I watch is on some kind of streaming platform that doesn't have commercials, and if they do have commercials, they run that shit, like, at the beginning, like the Prime Video. They'll run the ad in the beginning of the show, and then you don't get ads for the rest of the fucking show. And I'm like, hey, that works.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah. Bro. Oh, we just had a really nasty botch. Yeah, I agree with you though. Do you have like Spotify at all?
I don't use Spotify, so
I have the Spotify with I have the free one, and like it's kind of brutal, man, because sometimes you just want to go on Spotify, and like I don't know, maybe you're just like doing your dishes, you just want to play a song while you're doing your dishes, and it's like you gotta listen to 5 ads just so you could play like 3 songs. It's like by the time you're done the ads, you've already finished the activity you were gonna do anyway.
What's this bot you talk? Is it up on the top?
It is.
Yeah, you're definitely ahead of me because I'm right at that moment now.
It looks pretty nasty.
Oh, wow, that was
Yeah,
gross.
that
That
was
was
pretty bad.
gross. uh, yeah, that was gross.
Hmm.
What were we thinking? What were we
Breaker's like,
thinking?
damn it. He's like, damn it. I, I failed myself. I'm never gonna get to 205 live now. See, that's what happens, Braun Breaker, when you try to step out of your element too much, and look what happens.
Uh-oh, is he going for the spear? Oh, it's the bro knee.
Brony.
The brony. Yeah, with the brony. So apparently, I guess WWE's kind of secretly planting a seed of they want to bring back crowd signs. Kind of pushing that initiative for crowd signs to return,
Okay.
which I think is good. Because I think it always made it look more like crazy to watch on TV when you see a crowd full of just people with signs, and like it just makes it even look that more wilder.
Yeah.
So I hope we get more people bringing signs to shows. And Ludwig coming in, causing a dusty finish so no one loses any steam. Look at this. Sheamus stays strong. Braun stays strong. Kenny Dykstra. Petey Williams. Cosro Davari.
Come on, Petey, hit him with a Canadian destroyer.
Hit him with the Canadian, and then fucking Kenny get hit him with the hang low leg drop.
Yeah.
And look at Ludwig coming to pick the bones.
Then Davari can put him in the camel clutch.
Yeah. That was a nice shot though, with that spear.
Yeah, that was nice.
Look at Petey, like, I could take him. I could take you. Not the hydration station. Not the hydration station.
Prime. Not the prime hydration station.
No, not the hydration station. You know where your vest is. Liv is wearing it, jabroni.
That's what I was just thinking.
You know where your
Bro,
vest
like, ain't
is?
you been watching? Bro, ain't you been watching the show? Ain't you been watching the show?
Who was it? Was it Ian who said she's probably not wearing anything? She's wearing something under there, but it's probably like next to nothing now. Yeah, give him the vest back. Take it off.
Why Liv is such a hoe?
I don't know. She trying to charm another woman's man right now. She's being very scandalous. Skullduggery.
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck? Why are we still making movies about the Minions and Despicable Me? Do you care about Minions?
Do not. The only minions I care about work for Athena.
Yes, the MITs, the Minions in training. Those are the only Minions that matter. Liv is the hotness. The hotness is... Listen,
No, she's not. She's okay. Obtainable.
Yeah,
she's obtainable.
Listen,
she's obtainable.
She listen. Enzo scooped that. Okay? Enzo scooped that.
Yeah, exactly.
That means
Any,
anybody
eh,
can. Okay, if you lay your
yeah,
game down flat.
yeah. Like really think about that. Really think about next time you think like Liv is super hot. Just remember that Enzo was in there.
Enzo had it first.
Enzo had it first. Now,
Bada boom,
now how
first
hot is
guy in
she?
the room. How you doing?
Now how
So yeah, that's why I say like, man, she's pretty girl, but it's like, man, like people gotta calm down. And like I said, she would be hotter if she could wrestle, but she can't. So
hmm
she loses cute points in my book because she can't do the thing that they pay her for. And it's unfortunate now because she's the women's world champion, so it's even worse. So you get to see more of her and more of her bad wrestling.
I think I've never heard it summed up better than how you just summed it up. She can't do the thing that they pay her to do. It
I mean, it's the truth, though.
is.
Like, listen, this is why people like Mickey James and them got over back in the day. Like, listen, the TNA can only go so far with these women. Like, everybody can sit here and talk about how they loved Stacy Keibler and how you loved Tori Wilson and all that, but you can't tell me one thing about like what they did in the company that like match quality or like something they've done where it's like, yeah, they had some good matches because they never had good matches. They were never given good matches because they were just the eye candy. But it's like when you throw somebody in like a Lita or a Trish Stratus or a Mickey James or like maybe even like an Ivory or somebody, it's like you could say like, oh, they had good match quality, and I can talk about matches or even like a Victoria. It's like, yeah, these were good looking women, but they can also wrestle. Even Beth Phoenix, even with her rough jawline, still an attractive woman, but give you good match quality.
Yeah.
So like I said, I
Like
don't mind
to
a
put
pretty
it
face, but if you in that ring, I need you to wrestle. I need you to wrestle. Like
yeah,
being pretty's
like
great, but I need you to wrestle too.
to put it in perspective, like Tori and Stacy are both in the Hall of Fame, and they've held exactly 0 women's championships.
Zero. You can't even tell me one of their greatest rivalries and or feuds. The best you can give me for Tori is her fighting against Dawn Marie because she was banging her dad. That's the best you can give me.
Yep.
But there's no standout matches. It's just wild, man. Like I said, the crop that we have now, it's like, okay, we have some pretty faces, but can they go in the ring? Some can, some can't. Then you have those like your Shayna Baszlers who are not conventionally pretty, but can go, but they're not gonna get that same opportunity because they're not conventionally pretty.
Exactly. Good lord.
So we're still doing this whole thing with the New Day and the Final Testament. I don't know where that's gonna go to. What's that gonna lead to? Are we breaking up the New Day? Are we not breaking up the New Day? What are we doing?
I don't know.
And I
I
like
don't
to
know.
know if we break up the New Day, what does that do for the Final Testament? How does that help them?
Like in my opinion, the final testament has just been such a wet fart. Like Cross has done nothing since he's come back. AOP have done nothing since they've come back.
Oh, Punk coming to SmackDown, trying to boost those ratings.
I guess fuck the brand split.
Oh wow, look at this. Braun Strowman, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed for the qualifier Money in the Bank next week.
Why do I feel though like Chad Gable's gonna win that match?
Then we got Baszler, Valkyria, and Kyrie. Oh man, that's a rough one. I'll see you in the last chance match, Baszler.
Yeah, that's it. So Baszler will win the last chance battle royal.
I'll see you in the last chance, Baszler.
Gojira, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Gojira, you know how we do it. We just watching Raw.
So now I guess we're doing the Jey Uso match. What's going on, Gojira? Jey Uso now in your city. He said he gonna win the Yeet case. Be ready for it.
Getting it's 10:30. It's getting down to the wire.
This ain't the main event though, right?
I think it is.
With the Wyatts.
I think they'll show up after.
You think they'll get involved in the match?
I I I think I think Finn Balor wins this match, and then they show up and attack Jey Uso after the match is over. Because Jey Uso's been talking like the Fireflies like are mine now. Like he's been talking like he be owning the Fireflies like they're with him now. So I feel like he's gonna be the target. Like Finn Balor pins Rey Mysterio, and then Finn and Rey they're gonna slide out of the ring real quick, and then Jey Uso will still be there.
Well, I guess we'll have to just wait and see, I guess. But all these goddamn commercials, though. Shit.
It's kind of hard because like yourself, like I don't watch a lot of conventional television, so it's always like jarring when like sitting through like 3 minutes of commercials feels like 6 hours of commercials.
Yeah, like I said, it throws you out of a loop and like kind of just wears you down. It's like, bro, I don't watch like regular TV. Like I don't even have cable. per se. Like, I watch most of my shit on YouTube or streaming platforms, or I get on a boat.
Yeah.
Like, commercials are very few and far between around here, and like I said, the ones that I do see, the streaming services mostly give it to you in the beginning, and then you don't get nothing for the rest of the show. And like I said, I can handle
Yeah,
the
exactly.
beginning. Like, if I get, give me the beginning, and then I don't have to
Yeah,
see
because then
nothing
at
for the
least,
rest of the show. Nothing.
yeah, because at least you get it over with at the beginning. Because at least then once you get into your show, you could just enjoy your program. Like you don't have to
Yeah,
worry
you
about
gotta sit there
anything
worry about
derailing it.
no interruptions or no sitting there ads. Now, like I said, depending on the streaming site, there are those that might throw some ads in the middle, and then there are those who, like I said, will throw some in the beginning. But even the ones that are in the middle aren't that intrusive. And like I said, you're gonna get probably like one or two, and then you're done. Whereas like here, it's just like and on top of that, they kind of give you the same commercials, so it's just like it's just a repetitive. So it's not like you're just getting inundated with all the nonsense.
Yeah,
It's at least digestible nonsense of like, it's the same commercial for Red Bull, whatever. Run it and be done with it. But like TV is just obnoxious. It's just
yeah, it is.
obnoxious. So it's just like, man, especially trying to get through Raw. It's like, hey, man, like, can we just finish this? Like I said, I'm hoping if they go to Netflix and Netflix is supposed to have ads with it, could the ads just be at the beginning and the end, and just let the wrestling just play throughout and let WWE do whatever they gotta do without very
That's the
little
hope.
commercials. I'd rather watch WWE promote them going to Saudi Arabia than you trying to sell me Prilosec or something. I'd rather watch them do their Wheatley's fucking vodka ad than sit here and be inundated with their commercials. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Because at least I know what I'm going to get, and I also know it's not going to sit here and give it to me forever. You're sitting there giving me all these commercials, and it's like, God damn it, when will it end?
Yeah.
You're going to sell me pills, you're going to sell me pizza, you're going to sell me cars, you're going to sell me movies, and you're going to sell me more
Phone sex.
pills.
Don't
Well,
forget
if you're in
about phone
Canada, they're going to
sex.
sell me phone sex and gambling.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any
Who
Canadian
doesn't?
feeds in a while. That's kind of sad. I don't get the Canadian commercials. I actually kind of liked, at least the Canadian feeds though was kind of consistent though. They give you sex ads, they give you gambling, and then they give you Red Bull.
What else do you need?
Yeah, your basics. Oh, really?
Phone
I also
sex
heard
and
she was
gambling.
digging the dude from OSW. That was funny. Because they're from Ireland as well. And one of the dudes from
I guess.
OSW knows Becky Lynch because I guess they're from the same neighborhood or something. And she
I
wrote
guess.
about him.
I
She
guess.
wrote about him in her book.
I guess Becky gets around.
Not my words, her words, not mine. Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is like the Zelina Vega of the men's division.
Let's not forget he's a Hall of Famer. Why are you wrestling? Why are you in the Hall of Fame? I mean, I know you should be in the Hall of Fame, but like, you shouldn't be actively wrestling and being a Hall of Famer. I don't get the still active Hall of Famers.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like I always assume if you made it to some sort of Hall of Fame, you don't play anymore. That's why you're in the Hall of Fame, because you don't play anymore, right?
I guess no, you're right. Probably they needed a headliner that year, and they're like, well, we don't got anybody else, so I guess Ray. Probably
Like at
was
least with like the Undertaker, when he got into the Hall of Fame, he was pretty much done. So it's like, okay,
yeah.
yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you done, go, you can go to the Hall of Fame. But if you're still kind of active out there, like I don't, like you just like being like, oh, Hall of Famer, like. So then, what do we do when you finally retire? Then we can't even give you like a real celebration send off because we already put you in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think again, I think it's just I think they needed someone. They needed someone. They needed a headliner. Like I think Batista was supposed to be in the Hall of Fame that year, but then he couldn't do it last minute. So probably they needed a headliner. So they're just like, all right, well, I guess fuck it, just Rey Mysterio, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I guess so then. Huh?
I do agree though. Like you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame and be an active wrestler.
I mean, now look at this back again. Another commercial trying to serve me Olive Garden. Like, come on, bro. If I wanted pasta, I make my
I'm
own pasta.
I got a commercial for Corona.
For what?
Corona?
Oh, the beer.
Yeah.
They want you to be drunk while watching Raw.
I
Hey, are you
mean,
drunk enough to be here? Well, you should be. Drink Corona.
maybe if I was more drunk, I wouldn't notice these commercials.
This is true. See, this is how I be getting distracted, and I be over here messing with my figures that I got on my desk right now. Like I said, I got the Darth Vader and the and Black Eye over here, aka Infantry.
I might have to get that Joe now.
Yeah, I recommend it, bro. I recommend. You know,
Are
bro.
you gonna get the other?
You know me. I don't fuck around.
Are you
I
gonna
would
get
tell
the
you
other
straight
one?
up if it wasn't worth it. I would tell you if this shit wasn't worth it. And I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Because isn't there like a scuba guy too?
There is a scuba guy, and I saw the scuba guy, but I don't care for that look. Now I heard they're doing a marine. Now if they do, like I said, if they do like a proper like in gear marine, I might fuck with him. But as far as I'm concerned, like I said, the scuba dude's cool, but I don't need him and I don't want him. Just on the other hand, I like the way it looked. This was a pin I put in one, and like I said, I found him at a Target. Didn't even he was the only one sitting there. Fucking didn't hesitate. Even the missus was like, "Well, if even if you don't want him, grab it anyway in case fuck around someone else grabs it." And I was like, "Bet, bet." And then by the time I was getting ready to check out, I'm like, "All right, he coming with me." Like I said, I am happily satisfied. I'd give this dude a 4 out of 5. The only reason I don't give him like a perfect 5 is some of the weapons like don't hold as well, and it's like I said, there's certain QC issues that could have been improved a little bit. The neck doesn't have that great articulation, but like I said, still presents well. Still a good looking figure, and like I said, the replayability with it, to change them up and make them look different, to the point where you could buy more than one and have two separate figures. It's like, yeah, man, this is good.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I was to see another one, I might grab another one. Hell, I might just order another one.
Yeah, because I don't think he's exclusive. I think you could pretty much get him anywhere.
Not to my knowledge, he's exclusive. And I know he's available on BBTS now. Like I said, I just caught him at a Target, just sitting there. His box was kind of beat up, like maybe he was sitting in the back somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, I would say if you wanted to get it, I'd recommend it. Pick it up. It's nice.
Wives that support their husband's hobbies, that's as good as it gets, man. That's as good as it gets.
What's that?
I'm just saying, like, like when you like wives that are supportive of like their husband's hobbies, like they the real ones. They the real ones.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
It's just like, I don't want to sidebar the show, but it's just like like you just see so many posts of people like of just people like you know like they either gotta get out of the game, or they just have like an unsupportive like partner, and that must kind of suck, man.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to find someone who has an equal mindset, because she got her own collection,
Exactly.
so she can't speak on my collection.
Exactly.
So works out for everybody. Everybody wins. But yeah, this Joe figure is like, yeah, it's solid. Recommend definitely if you like just generic figures or just good soldier figures. Like I said, it is a really just a good soldier figure. Like, I showed this to other people, and it's like, yo, that shit is tight. Like, to non-figure collectors, I've shown this to, and they're like, yeah, this is fucking badass. Like, it's that kind of good that like non-collectors even are like, yeah, that looks kind of tight. I would buy that too. Plus, like I said, it's got the feel of, it could go with your GI Joe if you collect, and it could be on its own to do whatever you want with it, because it's not a GI Joe. Like, there's no real branding on it that says GI Joe outside of like the little logo on one of the pocket pouches. But other than that, it just looks like your typical like U.S. military dude.
Yeah. I'm looking at him on Big Bad Toy Store now. Yeah, he looks good. I don't know. I was gonna pass, but now you're kind of making
Like
me
I said,
want
I'm gonna have him paired with Sergeant Slaughter while I got my Crimson Bats. Like I said, I already pre-ordered that Cobra Commander, and like I said, I think I'm gonna just bite the bullet and buy the twins, and that'll be my little kind of GI Joe display with Sarge infantry here. And like I said, I might buy another dude. I just might get another one of him. Or I might just hold out because I want to see what the Marine's gonna look like.
I really want that Cobra Commander, man.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that. That's sitting in my pre-order right now on BBTS.
Yeah,
Because
same.
I'm not losing out on that.
Yeah, I really want that Cobra Commander.
I am not losing out on that Commander. Fuck all that shit. If I lost out on the Serpentor, I'm not losing out on the Commander. Damn all that, man. Damn all that. Because like I said, Serpento now, if I wanted to buy a Serpento, I literally got to drop 100 or more for that dude in the aftermarket. It's ridiculous. Like, at this point, it's like, yo, Hasbro, y'all need to re-release that dude. Stop playing. There's money on the table for a Serpentor right now.
It's gotta happen.
Cause I'm ready to buy that shit right now. If it was available right now, I'd buy that shit right now. No hesitation. But I'm not paying $200 for it. If the $75 that they were asking for was steep enough. $75 they were asking for, that shit was enough.
Like they gotta know they leaving money on the table. Damn, I don't know, man. Like it's 10:50. There's 10 minutes left. Like this, like this match gotta wrap up soon.
Yeah, where's the wide six at, man? Come on now.
Yeah, like let's go. You've been making us wait all night.
Also, I thought about like, okay, I got a Vader. Did I want Stormtroopers? But I'm like, there's no like plain Stormtroopers. But then I saw that Star Killer 3-pack is available.
Yeah.
And I like Star Killer. Plus, he just comes with 2 generic Stormtroopers, so that kind of checks all the boxes that I need.
Yeah.
But I don't know yet. Like I said, I'm not trying to go that deep in the Black Series. I'm just waiting for Master Negro.
Like it wouldn't be okay, like I know the scale wouldn't like line up exactly, but did you see that Sergeant Rock
I did.
that McFarlane is doing?
I did see the Sergeant Rock. It looks good,
that's another one where I think it would be kind of cool just to have him like just to have him be like a generic like soldier, you know?
Bro, I should have played the lotto the other day because I saw something at Target that I don't think you will rarely see ever in a Target or anywhere shopping for figures. They had, get this, the regular and the chase version of McFarlane figures. They had the regular Captain Boomerang and the chase and the Penguin. They had the regular Starfire, but they didn't have the chase one.
See, that's the one I need.
I thought about that because I was like, if they had the chase, I was gonna just grab it, but they didn't have the chase because I know you was talking about that shit.
Yeah, because like the chase is like it's like with the Captain Boomerang and the Penguin, like their chases are just different colors, but like the chase for Starfire is like Blackfire, but like like Blackfire is like her own character.
Yeah.
So it's like it's technically it's her own.
Yeah,
you know what though? Like I'm not.
I saw the Starfire one, and I was telling the miss, I was like, you was looking for that shit. We was talking about this, but they didn't have her. But I was like, they had the other two in that wave, and I was just like, you don't see that shit every day.
But like like worst comes to worst, if I can't find the Blackfire, then I don't know. I could probably just pick up the Starfire, and she'd probably just be a pretty easy like repaint. But so I'd rather not have to do that if I don't have to, you know.
Because I'm trying to look out for the Street Fighter stuff. Because I'm like, isn't the Bison or one of them supposed to be dropping soon?
Oh yeah, I think the Dulcim is supposed to be dropping pretty soon. Or did he drop already?
I've been hunting, looking out at the Targets, keeping my eyes open. Hell, they had the whole loyal subject turtles there again, and I was like, I had to stop myself. I was like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of really trying to tell myself like we're done with turtles at this point. Well, like I want that I want that new Rat King and I want that new Leatherhead, but
All right, well, Judgment Day comes out, jumping Mysterio. Braun running after them now, like a goofus. Still no Wyatt 6 though. Match
7 minutes, we got to be getting close to it.
Match still continues.
I don't know, man. Like 6 minutes, like we getting down to the wire. Like if something's gonna happen, like it's gotta happen soon.
Uh-oh, Balor going for the cover. But Uso with a splash. And Jay Uso going to Money in the Bank. I saw
Yeah,
those.
I'm not really
impressed.
feeling those.
Not impressed.
I'm not really feeling those Gojira. Like, yeah, the Roman Reigns as Shredder one looks okay, but it's not really something I need.
Like I said, I'm never a fan of turtles dressed up as other things than not turtles. So I'm not a big like I'm okay with turtles in disguise wearing trench coats and fedoras. But when you start dressing up as pizza men and basketball players and street thugs and leather coats and rappers, like nah. And then start looking like masters of the universe and stuff like that, you lost me there. I like my turtles to look like turtles. Main event, Jey Uso. I kind of like the Money in the Bank graphics they're using. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they different. They do.
All right, now where are they now? Come on now. Where's the payoff? Uh-oh, here it come. All right, lights out. What's going down? Let's see it now. We're playing the Bray music. All right, got the door open. Lights are out now. Somebody's crawling. Is that Nikki crawling? Okay. Oh no! It's the bludgeon!
Kind of interesting so far. Kind of interesting.
The bodies! Bodies everywhere. The bodies. Where'd all these bodies come from? Oh, it's Gable! It's Gable! It's Uncle Howdy. I guess we going into overtime here with this?
Okay.
Thought it was supposed to be 6. I only count 5.
No, it's only 5.
And they say we're here, show's over, Raw's over. I mean, those are cool, I guess.
Okay.
I would rather they had done more
It's-
than just beat people up backstage.
Me too. Like, okay, like I liked the presentation. Like I liked the atmosphere. Like I liked the. And again, we didn't touch on it really, but like I like we got to see like the blood on the wall and Chad Gable was all like bloody and stuff. Like I
All
like
right,
that
okay,
work.
but
I
let's
like
talk
that work.
members. So, okay, females clearly Nikki.
It's Nikki Cross.
Rowan was big man with the bludgeon, with the hammer.
So so I guess they're all supposed to. Yeah, so I guess Rowan was the big hammer guy.
And Howdy's clearly Bo
And
Dallas. So who are the other two accounted for then?
it's Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis, but I'm not sure which one is which.
Well, I think if it was Loomis, then he might have been the one with the longer one, because I think he had the tattoo. One of them had
Yeah.
like a darker tattoo. I can't remember which one. Because
It was
Loomis's
Loomis.
tattoos
Loomis.
ain't hard to notice because he's got that whole like one arm blacked out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I just like I wish they'd have done a little more like maybe attack Jey Uso or something, but you know they just kind of off screen attacked everybody in the back.
That's what I was kind of hoping for, because I hate the whole thing of like they give you the reveal, but now we have to wait a whole nother week to potentially hear anything from them or actually see more. So they tease you, they give you the reveal, but then like now it's like we still have to wait. It's like we wait all this time for something to happen, and then now we have to wait even more. But
Yeah, I don't know, but all in all, that was Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen.
so I'm guessing like each one of them is supposed to represent a puppet from the Funhouse. I guess it seemed like that's gonna be the aesthetic,
Yeah, basically.
because you got the rabbit, and then you had one guy was wearing like a pig mask, and then you had one guy that was looked like he was wearing like a big like bird skull.
Yeah, like the Mercy, the wailing Mercy buzzer.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's gonna do it for our show here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for coming out here and hanging out with us tonight in our all new, all different episode of KliqBait Wrestling. Again, this has been approved by YouTube, so you know it's good. And with that being said, you should be smashing those likes and subscribing if you're not already, ringing those bells, stay notified, and all that other fun stuff.
Gojira, maybe you're not feeling so good next Monday. You know, maybe you come down with a bad case of the 24-hour flu. You know, maybe it's just that. Sometimes it just be that. I don't know.
But we'll be back here next week to talk all that good stuff wrestling. And for any of you Spaghetti and Friends fans, we will be back this Friday. We weren't here last Friday, but we will be back this Friday. All new, all different, by the way. But still the same. So definitely join us for that. Any parting words before we call it, Matt?
You know, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, despite the fact what you just saw, birds aren't real. And that's it.
Alright. Well, until then, we'll see you next week. Y'all have a good night. And make sure you always kick out. Thick Boys out.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fire's inside me, must be unleashed. People talk nonsense all the day. Shampoo kind, that's all they can say. I can't get no satisfaction. Woo-hoo! Challenge may have come. Woo-hoo! Fighting just begun, but there's no stopping. People spreading out my wings. Let's fly high. Woo-hoo! Concentrate my power. Woo-hoo! In the final hour, in the end, I'm gonna win. I hope you die. Don't you know I'm unstoppable? Don't even try, cause you will fall. I got a strength deep in my soul that gives me courage and control. I'll go beyond. to take. I have no fear. I think it's clear. Let's keep you tight high. Get all this Dragon Ball Super. We got the skill to